I'm joined here in the studio with Hafliði. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, very good.
And you are a chocolatier.
A chocolatier, yeah.
Yeah. A very famous one here in Iceland.
Yeah, in the small country of Iceland.
You're, what's it we call it here? World famous in Iceland.
World famous in Iceland, yeah.
And so what is it that is famous about you, where you work? Or?
Well, I have actually a bakery with my family, so we built it up. And then through, that and making cakes and then to become a chocolatier and make my own, chocolate and, people just enjoy it. So you get known, you ask for recipes and all those and showing people how to make and so on. So that's why, I think that's why.
How long have you been a chocolatier for?
It's 12 years since I started my chocolate production.
Okay.
But bakery is, that's 33 years old now. So I was 13 then. I just started, just sweeping the floor and everything. But my family has been in this for many years.
All right. And so is chocolate gaining a lot of popularity here?
Yeah, I think, we travel a lot. People go abroad and they get to know this culture of chocolate and patisserie. So it's the nice cakes which are different from here in Iceland. So when they come back, they want to enjoy the same thing they had like in Paris or in Belgium and so on. So that's mainly, we make our own Icelandic influence on the chocolate with ingredients. Like we have different cream and all kinds of herbs we use maybe. So that's how we can make a little bit special.
It is really special. I really enjoy your chocolate.
Oh, thank you. But the culture in Iceland was actually, it's a little bit sweet, the culture in Iceland. And that's what we grew up with. And but now it's people are more beginning to like more bitter or more different flavors in chocolate. And also like when you infuse to make a bonbon, you infuse a little bit like tea or something, just something new. And people like to taste it. It's like with food also. So that's really, you always can find something new. So that's the fun part.
And so why did you decide to go into this?
I think, because when I finished learn to be a baker, it was nice. And, that's also a very gracious profession because you're working with bread, it's alive, and to make good bread is really, it's something you have to learn. And then I started with the cakes and to decorate and to do the fillings inside and so on. But chocolate is always involved because you can use it for for decorations and to make all kind of, that's what because I started to go to competitions, I had to make some sculptures and so on. And that was really what, captured me.
Wow.
And then it's the presentation. It's so nice. You make a fine chocolate and you have to find, good, nice boxes. You have to, people who buy it, they go like, oh, wow, Mm-hmm. When you get that, you just get addicted.
Yeah.
For that feeling.
But it's also, like you said, all these new herbs and things that maybe you wouldn't find somewhere else. What are your popular kind of more Icelandic-oriented chocolates?
Well, now it's really, we are working with, because now we make salt in Iceland, for example. But we have all kind of, like blóðberg.
How do you say that? Like wild thyme, no?
It's something like that. So, but it has a special taste, and that we can use, and I'm thinking so much that goes out of my mind. But but mainly it's always to be inspirational about it.
Okay, and so now it's nearly Easter time.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Easter eggs?
Easter eggs, yeah, all the way.
Tell us all about it.
Well, in Iceland, it's like, we were talking about, you have to put inside of the egg something, like a saying or some words that people can't wait. They open the egg and of course, there's candy or something inside, and then they have this saying. So that's something that's really special in Iceland. And so now for me, it's like we try to make a nice presentation. We use a really good chocolate. I select every time for each Easter, I select the dark chocolate I'm going to use, and the milk chocolate and other kinds. So this year I'm using a chocolate that's 68%, and it's from Brazil, and it's from a plantation I visited 2 years ago. And then they made a special chocolate for a group I'm in. So we are the only one who got this chocolate, and I'm using it now for Easter.
So it's like the chocolate Illuminati or something. You're in a chocolate cult.
Yeah, I
love it.
Yeah, so that's all what it's all about. You have to find something really special. Now today, everything is all about that. But it's also because in this is also a lot of a different way from the industrial to a small plantation where they really think about what they're doing and so on. So yeah, it's a story to tell about.
I like it because here in Iceland, there's kind of just a few brands that really sort of dominate the Easter egg scene, really. And so it's so cool to hear about this. It's a quality chocolate, and it tastes so good. But then it's so great to have this story also behind it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm in this, because then I'm in this group where we meet every year. It's called ambassador clubs, but we are working for a big company, but they do this like a small culinary group to work in restaurants and specialties, and we get provided with we get to go there, we get to select, we get to have influence of what kind we would like, what we want to see and what we want to have. So it's a little bit close work with where it comes from.
Is it Ambassadors Club? Is Ambassador not a type of little chocolate?
No. Well, no, that's called praline or a bonbon. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so eggs here, Easter eggs here, they're really, they're different from Easter eggs all over the world. Is it mostly because of these quotes or what they're called málshættir here? We can't figure out how to translation.
It's both that, and also they have to be filled. Mm-hmm. So normally they're filled with a lot of candy. That's what we are used to. In my eggs, I have my bonbons. So it's a little bit more quality, a little bit more for, grown-ups. Mm-hmm. But still, also just to influence on the kids also, I make some, small squirrels. I make bouncy.
Teddy bears.
A teddy bear, just to
nice.
And get them to taste, a good chocolate.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. And so these bonbons, what kind of flavors do they have?
We have passion, we have raspberry, tea, infused with anise, a lot of things. Pistachio. I have over 25 types.
And you have over 25 types, yet you forgot to bring chocolate.
Yes.
This is horrible. I'm joking.
I will take, I will take a roundabout and come back with some chocolate.
Yeah, you should. No, I'm joking.
I will.
And so, are you getting a lot of? So we just got a little sign that málshættir is proverbs.
Proverbs, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But I kind of feel it's like nearly like one of those Chinese crackers, a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
That you open and you get this
saying. Proverbs, yeah.
What a good, that's good proverbs. Yeah. We did not get that. So are you getting a lot of specialized requests?
Yeah, people ask me to put something inside, ring or engagement ring or some message to give. I put so many, telephone, iPhone or something.
Really?
And then it's about writing outside of the egg, a special, to my mom or to my dad, and what kind of things.
That's nice.
Also do a little bit for people maybe with allergy.
Okay.
So we make an egg. We can. It's like dark chocolate is mostly because you don't have milk or you don't have gluten or something, and then they bring something special as to put in, so we can, everybody can enjoy.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it should be like that.
It should be like that.
But then we have to take a special care with that thing.
Mm-hmm. So, are you excited for Easter?
Yeah, always.
Are you just not gonna eat chocolate because you eat it all the time? No, you're gonna eat a lot.
Of course. I have something with me.
Yes. And so for our listeners who would maybe like to, are you still selling Easter eggs, or are you just like, no more, I've made 1 million?
No, but we still have. Mm-hmm. It's mostly in the bakeries, Morsels Bakari. So, if somebody is driving there, they should go there.
And where can we find these bakeries?
It's in Morsels Bakari.
Yes, in Morsels.
Yeah, and then it's one in Háaleitisbraut in Reykjavík.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for listeners who have never eaten an Icelandic Easter egg, what's the tradition? How do you go looking for them? Do you open them to get the proverb?
Yeah, but that's mainly family tradition. Mm-hmm. It was always like that. When you woke up in the morning, you had to go and search for your egg. Mommy and dad, they put it somewhere. And also we make a game out of it. Mm-hmm. You go and you find
like a treasure hunt kind of?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. We do that also. Mm-hmm. So that's the fun part also, not only to eat it.
Yeah, and in other countries there's the Easter bunny.
Yeah.
That's not really here, is it?
No, it's more like eggs here.
Yeah, it's
and
eggs.
Bunnies are and squirrels and so on. Mm-hmm. But I think you can mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. There's been talk about an Easter bunny here sometimes.
Yeah.
And so people, they usually take the egg and then they smash it or try to open from the back.
Yeah.
To get the proverb.
Yeah.
And so what are these proverbs like?
They are, I thought about it a lot because in the beginning I didn't have, but people in Iceland, they want to have. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to get somebody to make something, unique, and I've been, digging around to find something. But it's special you have to be careful when you pick up open this, because you can read different from what it says and what it means to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? People, they have a look and they can read maybe a different message from it.
Mm-hmm. But it's also kind of, it's really important to look at your proverb and you really read something into it.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's something you read into. It's how you understand what's saying there.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today. And I'll post a link to the bakeries on Facebook. And so thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I will come by.
You don't have to.
So you have something to eat in the studio.
Thank you so much. So that was Hafliði from Morsels Bakari talking about chocolate and Easter eggs. Thanks so much.
Thank you.